Hello again. I've cobbled together a medley of little hunts, I think nearly all on geese, in this little film. The first of which was on a flock of pinkfeets, which are a kind of red letter quarry for me, really. I don't see many here, but I did see a little flock that I'd been hunting over the space of a week over the Christmas period. I saw them land in a different grass field. Um, So I thought rather than try and flight them where they would normally, over a period of several days, they came either wide of me or high over me where I was waiting for them a couple of miles further down the coast. I thought I'd take the fight to them, so to speak, and try and stalk near the field they were in and cut the angle and try and give myself a higher chance of actually getting a shot of them. So it took me about an hour to stalk into this field. I was probably a couple of fields away from them, but downwind and in between them and the direction that they were going to head, hoping that I would get a shot. I kind of started second guessing myself and I moved position a couple of times. But so I sat under this fence and waited for about an hour and a half for them to finish feeding. And eventually they lifted and gave me a chance. I was trembling with excitement. There's absolutely nothing that beats the adrenaline rush of a skein of geese coming at you. It's just the ultimate for me. So I dropped one goose. Should have had a couple really, but it was a tricky shot. They were kind of sliding across the wind. It was a bit odd really. They were kind of going sideways as much as forward.
In the right place. Should have had more than one, but hey, at least I got one and got a shot. I got three shots and dropped one, and then on the way back, sat in on the flood and got a nice hen widgeon. So we're going for a morning flight. Hopefully, have a chance at the geese.
In proposing these options to address the risks identified as not being adequately controlled, the agency has considered their appropriate.
All manner of things starting to fly past. Can't see what any of them are. I suspect that the jackdaw flock's coming rushing over. There's a few ducks come over. Can't see them. I'm not going to shoot at ducks anyway because they've had a wee bit of a hard time lately with the frost. So it's only geese we're after. I've got the 20 bore. I haven't got the moderator on this morning. We've got full speed normal ammunition, 25 grams, and number 7s we've got doing about 1300 feet per second. This is what wildfowling's all about, coming out and seeing the world, the natural world, wake up when you wouldn't normally do it. It's a good excuse. You see things and hear things that you would never ever see otherwise.
So just for anyone that doesn't know what we're doing, we're trying to flight geese. Geese basically feed in the day and roost at night. Here they are on their roosting area, somewhere where they feel safe, a sandbar or a lake, somewhere where they can sleep at night without fear of predators. And in the morning at some point they will all lift and fly out to their feeding areas in grass or crop fields, and the object of the exercise is try and intercept them en route and get under their flight line and maybe get a shot at them and shoot one or two, but without disturbing them at their roost site or disturbing them in the feeding areas. So this is my local flock of geese, the same flock I'm hunting, lifting off and flying out. This is another day, not the day in question, but just to give you an idea. And what we want to do is try and, by scouting and by intelligence, try and get on the direction that they're headed.
Coffee always tastes best when you're out wildfowling. Always about time and place. Although I might have to chuck it in the grass anytime soon because geese are starting to make quite a lot of noise over there. So might have lift off anytime soon. That's one goose down. Just one single greylag came by itself and had a squeaky voice. It didn't sound like a greylag at first. Managed to drop it first shot. Best invention yet. Heated trousers. Well, I think that's about it. It's been quarter of an hour or so since the main skein came through, and wide of us. Don't think there's any fragments coming, so might as well pack up and go and have some breakfast. One lovely greylag that came early. Despite the cold conditions, really fat. So I've got one goose, and how many geese do you want to carry off the marsh anyway? So I'm back in my little hide, waiting for the geese to flight off the estuary, back out for a morning flight, probably the last flight for a bit, maybe the last one of the season, depending on how other things work out. The geese are in their normal roost. We're hoping that they'll take their normal flight line out to feed, and we might get a shot or two. Got the little 28 boat, I haven't got the moderator on today, so full strength, full speed, 3/4 of an ounce, and I think that's, let me get this right, 24 grams of TSS number 8s. Should knock them down if they come within range.
You can't beat these early mornings when you know that you're in position, and you know that the geese are in position, and you're between them and where they're headed for, and you're roughly on the flight line. Those few minutes, and well, even hours even of waiting, it's a real adrenaline rush. You just can't beat it. I wish I could bottle it and keep it for the off season. It's absolutely magic. Well, that couldn't have gone nicer really, although it should have been a left and right. The first one was fairly straightforward, but then I had the curse of the switching targets constantly, and I knew as soon as I pulled the trigger I was behind on the second one. But it's always the way, isn't it? By that time, that split second too late, just as you're committed to pull the trigger, you know that the shot's going to sail right behind the tail of the bird. But
dropped one nicely. I think I can see it, so it's an easy pick. There are a few more geese out on the sandbars. That's made the morning, that. Perfect. What a morning it is. I think some more coming now, so I'll put the camera down. I more or less did what they did the other morning, just went wide. I thought one or two of them were on the left side of the flock, were going to veer over me, but there is another flock there I can hear, so I can finally relax and have my coffee. I've been on edge, on the verge of getting ready for them coming for bloody half an hour. Your nerves are jangling that whole time. Came a lot later than they did yesterday, or a few days, I can't remember when it was, a few days before. Oh, nice. Nice old greylag. They are, despite the cold weather, fat as pigs at the moment. There must be some good value in those grasses, although I wouldn't like to think how much grass they're eating, because they say 4 geese eat as much as 1 sheep. Well, there's, by my reckoning, about 220 odd geese in this flock, and they've been on the same field for a good 2 weeks now, so it's a lot of grass at this time of year when it isn't growing, so knocking the numbers down is not a bad thing at all.